Hello and welcome. Firstly, I'm traveling. That is why you can see that the background is different and it's not the studio background. I'm actually on my way to Oxford, uh, and will be there for the next uh, 2 months or so till the England series. The rest of the team will join me soon. It will be unprecedented Rev Sports coverage from England. I don't think there has ever been a media contingent of this size from a news organization covering a tour. So expect some announcements coming over the next few days about the team. We will bring you incredible amount of coverage, and starting from the end of this month when the team travels. I will, for the first couple of weeks, do some academic work and then join the media work back again. But for the moment, this show is not about the England tour. This show is 5 at 5 because yesterday I got a lot of messages saying why I did not do the show because I was on the flight. Today I'm at this point in time I've got some time, so I'll kind of do this. Tomorrow I will again miss it because I'll be in transit, but from day after I will try and at least do 5 at 5. Now, the point for today's show, why did Chandrakant Pandit not do well? Now, I've done a piece today, and the piece has resulted in a lot of comments, a lot of feedback as to what went on, what went wrong, etc., etc. I wanted to kind of deep dive with you, and that is the main point of this particular show. Why did Chandrakant Pandit not replicate, or wasn't able to replicate, the success of domestic cricket at the IPL level? First things first, the IPL is also a domestic tournament. It is not as if the IPL is an international tournament, or international cricket. It's still a franchise league. It is still a domestic league organized by the BCCI. But the difference between domestic cricket and IPL is chalk and cheese. In the IPL, every possible international star of international repute with huge egos and tremendous success plays in each team. Take Kolkata. There is a Sunil Narayan. There is an Andre Russell. These guys are absolute legends of the T20 format. There is also an Ajinkya Rahane who, yes, has been the captain of India. There are many other international stars in that KKR setup as well. Take any other team. And what does this mean, by the way? What does this mean is that in the dressing room, whether it is an Enrique Nokia, whether it is a Sunil Narayan, whether it is an Andre Russell, there are many alpha males with huge egos, a Quinton de Kock, former captain of South Africa. Now, this is what brings me to Chandrakant Pandit. Chandrakant Pandit has been a very successful domestic coach. If you check his record at the Ranji Trophy level, you will absolutely know what I mean. Chandru Pandit has had very, very good record at the domestic level at the Ranji Trophy, is a success story, and has won the Ranji Trophy multiple times. Now, clearly is one of the most revered, is one of the most respected coaches at the domestic level. Now, if he can do so well at the domestic level, the question then arises, what is the problem at the IPL level? Why can't he translate his domestic success into IPL success? At the domestic level, the teams that Chandrakant Pandit has coached, and if you go back and check the teams and check them very minutely, you will see, yes, there are stars. Take MP, there is a Venkatesh Iyer, but none of these stars are serious alpha males. What I mean by alpha male, go back to Chak De India. Go back to Chak De India and think of Shah Rukh Khan's dialogue. इस टीम का गुंडा एक ही है. That is what I mean by an alpha male. That in the domestic setup, in the Ranji Trophy setup, Chandrakant Pandit is the alpha male of that particular team. There is no one who will challenge Chandrakant Pandit's authority or the way he coaches or the style of functioning or the style of coaching at the domestic level. So if he goes and tells a player, and it's kind of dictatorial, from if you go and check with many people, that is the kind of leadership, and that works. That works at the domestic level. That if he goes and tells a player, he will actually instruct a player to do A, B, and C. And given the aura and stature of the man at the domestic level, the player will have to listen to that, or does listen to that. That explains the Chandrakant Pandit style of coaching. But when it comes to the IPL level, here the story is very different. The story is not so much dictatorial, but rather man management. You cannot go and tell an Andre Russell, who is an absolute legend of the T20 game, what to do, how to bat, how to bowl, and how to conduct himself. He won't listen. Egos are at play. You cannot go and say the same thing to somebody like a Quinton de Kock, someone who has captained South Africa, has had so much success in this format. There will always be that yardstick that Chandrakant Pandit is relatively less successful than an Andre Russell or a Quinton de Kock. And when that formula of coaching is applied at the IPL level, there is a kind of disconnect. And that is the problem. That is the problem that Chandrakant Pandit has faced. Take the case of Ravi Shastri as an illustration. When Ravi Shastri was coaching the Indian team, his biggest success, as far as I am concerned, is the fact that he was able to manage the superhuman egos in the dressing room and get the best out of stars like a Rohit Sharma or a Virat Kohli. Now, you don't go and teach Virat Kohli how to bat. You don't go and tell Rohit Sharma how to bat. You man manage. You get the best out of them. There is a very clear difference between domestic coaching and IPL level coaching and international coaching. And that's what explains the success of Ravi as a coach for India. That's where I think Chandrakant Pandit fell short. While at the domestic level, his style of coaching would pay dividends and yield dividends for whichever team he coached. The moment that was translated into the IPL level, it unfortunately did not work for KKR. When he was appointed in 2022, I for one thought that this is a good appointment because this guy knows the domestic setup well. Ultimately, it's the Indian Premier League. He would be able to work closely with the domestic players, get the best out of them. What I did not envisage at that point in time is how he would deal with superhuman egos like that of Andre Russell or Sunil Narayan or Quinton de Kock or some player like that. And I think that's where the man management aspect of coaching is where Chandrakant Pandit did not deliver results. 2023, unfortunately, he was not able to do good. KKR did not have a good season. It was a limp season. 2024, everything changed. And changed why? Because all of a sudden, there was an alpha male in that dressing room in the form of Gautam Gambhir. Now, Gautam Gambhir, the alpha male, was the Gunda. The Shah Rukh Khan equivalent of Gunda in that dressing room in 2024 for KKR, the Chak De story for KKR was Gautam Gambhir. Chandrakant Pandit was not the Gunda in the dressing room, it was Gautam Gambhir. And the moment we realize that, we realize why Gautam Gambhir was able to deal with egos better. Accomplished star, always a feisty character, India World Cup winner, T20 winner with a 75 in the final, a 50 over World Cup winner with a 97 in the final, part of India's number one ranked test team. So if you see Gautam Gambhir's individual record, you will know that in that dressing room, at no point in time would he be overawed. At no point in time would Gautam Gambhir feel that he cannot go and tell a Mitchell Stark or a Andre Russell or a Sunil Narayan that he cannot go and tell them something. And that's where this whole discomfort that may have stemmed between Chandrakant Pandit and some of these guys, that there is that assumption that we are greater achievers or something like that. That will not happen in the case of Gautam Gambhir. KKR had a fantastic season in 2024. And again, in 2025, the moment Gautam moved on to the Indian team, Chandru Pandit was left with the head coach's job. This whole discomfort, this whole issue of coaching styles between domestic cricket and the IPL level cricket once again came back to haunt KKR. I suggest and I think that Chandrakant Pandit's style of coaching was not suited to the IPL. He wasn't able to manage egos. He wasn't able to manage the dressing room. I still hold that KKR is a good team. Someone of the like of Andre Russell, Ramandeep Singh, Rinku Singh, Sunil Narayan, each of these players are good players. Venkatesh Iyer was never tried at the top of the order. Poor season, but did he get the place where he could have made a difference? He was not given even an over to bowl. So my option will be KKR will have to move on past Chandrakant Pandit, and that's now an inevitability. And KKR will have to appoint someone who can hold this dressing room together, someone of profile. The name of Owen Morgan, former captain of KKR, is already doing the rounds. There are many others, as I've written, who can do this job with a lot of accomplishment and panache. But for Chandrakant Pandit, I think his days are over. KKR is not one of those franchises who will remove someone mid-season. End of the season, I'll be extremely surprised if Chandrakant Pandit lasts even for one more month. He has to go back to the drawing board. He has to mend his style of coaching if need be. If he wants to come back to the IPL, make differences, make changes to his style of coaching, and then come back, if possible, to come and coach another team. But for the moment, for KKR, I think the days of Chandrakant Pandit are done with, and that is because his coaching style between domestic cricket and IPL level cricket, there was a massive disconnect. He wasn't able to control egos and wasn't able to deal with stars in the KKR dressing room. That's 5 at 5 for today. At 6:30 p.m., you will have Gargi Rao joining you from the venue in Delhi, RR versus CSK, and you will also have every other story flowing in from Rev Sports. For me, I will again try and get back to you tomorrow, but that for the moment, I mean, I would encourage debate. Let me know what you agree with me or not agree with me about the future of Chandrakant Pandit and why Chandrakant Pandit failed for KKR. Thank you very much for watching Rev Sports. Keep joining us. Visit the website. Visit the website for all these articles, and also follow every other sport on the platform, be it shooting, be it football, be it hockey, be it athletics, and every other sports on the Rev Sports platform.